20 minutes on the clock, if you please. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play that clock. Here we go. What do you think about all this right now? That's some good stuff. Woo! You got a favorite team, you better root them on right now. It's great to see the arena packed and people stacked deep and selling them cheap. Wait, I sound like a car salesman right now. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, a little bit. And stay away from this drum set. You know, they are hustling already. They're tenders, just like the toughest tender that we just saw some of. It's wrapping up right now. There's tenders over on this fastest trowel side. They are also humping a lot of block, a lot of spec mixed mortar. They're moving it around for their team, and they're a critical part of making all of this happen.
Hey, Jim O'Connor, I know you're down there in the middle of everything. I need to ask you, there's probably different ways that these guys are laying the block. How do they get things started? Do they do it the same way as the bricklayer, or is the block layer doing it differently? Jim, to you.
Well, for some people that know, they're not getting a break. There's no stretchers in here. They're all header blocks, so they're all a little bit heavier, and they don't get a break in between. But some guys do leads. They're all laying the first course, and they do a lead, and some guys just lay the block straight out. But it's whatever they've learned, and they run by what they do day to day, and it's made them as great as they are.
Hey, Jim.
It's a terrific event. This event, Masonry Madness, is just one way that the industry has come together to promote masonry. It's just a fantastic industry to be in. These guys know it, the labor is done, we all know it. So let's hear it for these guys. They're doing a great job already.
Down there, I've been to the gym a few times, like 25 years ago. I had a hard time picking up a 20-pound dumbbell. You know, I got these small arms. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are some of those, that is a normal weight block that they're laying. They're hustling all around. Approximately 38 pounds a piece?
32 to 38 pounds each, but let's not forget the mortar that they're slinging too. And that's tough on the wrist. You got to flip the wrist, and you have, you know, tons of mortar. When you're done with these walls, it's about 5,000 pounds that they've lifted in 20 minutes. And as he said, it's about $70 a block if you can win. So maybe it's worth it to hustle like they're doing.
Hey, we appreciate that update. That's a great payday per unit, that is. Tom, this is going to keep going here for just a little bit. Now, their rules are a little bit different than the SPEC Mix Bricklayer 500. These teams, they can only lay one course at a time, and they have to complete that course. What's an interesting fact about this, once a tender handles one of the block, and he can maneuver it any which way that he wants, and to the preference of the mason, he cannot touch it again after the mason touches it. That's interesting. That can put a twist on things.
Well, that's why we have the judges there. There are certain rules, and we want to make it fair for everybody, so they do have to follow that. And you can see the MCAA judges that are right there very intently looking to make sure that everything is handled properly, because if you have a mason or a tender that's doing something different, it could give an advantage. And in this particular competition, 1, 2, 3 blocks is the difference between $1,500 and $8,000. If you remember, over the years, it's been 1 or 2 blocks that make the difference.
And when you're splitting hairs and it's that close, that difference in the prize purse between first and second, that's heartbreaking. These guys are going after it, they're chasing it. They came here for one reason, and it's to win.
Yeah, and as we're looking, you know, Jim was talking about, you know, they're getting that first course down right now. You said, as we know from the rules, you got to complete that first course. We're only 5 minutes into the competition. And it's those that are going to have that stamina at the back end of the competition are the ones that are going to win, because that's when those walls get 5, 6 feet high, and you got to lift that block up there, and you're getting into the over 100 to 110, 115 count.
You know, we're going to start losing sight of this. So we're going to have to really rely on Jim O'Connor, his knowledge, and his details from down on the set, because these walls are going to get so high, we're not going to be able to even see it from our vantage point. One thing to note, Tom, when I had made that comment that one course has to be completed at a time, that excludes the leads, which is where they're pulling their block from. So every team is building up some sort of lead, whether they're spotting one and going, or if they're building up several. They are allowed to lay multiple blocks on a course.
Okay, all right, we're going to shut up. Let's turn up the music. Let these guys lay some block. You got 14 minutes remaining. 14 minutes.
It's 10 minutes, guys. Hey, they got 3 courses, 3.5 courses. They're weighing it like crazy. These guys are great. They got the eye of the tiger. And speaking of tiger, these guys are great.
Jim, we're at the halfway point. What do you think count-wise? What are we looking at?
Incredible walls. It's going to come down to the last minute. I'm not kidding you. These guys are flying, hustling. Let's hear it for the laborers who are making it happen. Without them, they couldn't do it, but this is just amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, there's not just the regular block. There's also a lightweight block as well, and Sean O'Malley has a special guest down on the floor right now. Sean, who do you got? Let's talk block.
Hey, thank you, Tom. I got Coulter here from Best Block. Coulter, we got to talk a lot yesterday about all the different units. You educated me on the CMUs, architectural versus structural. Today, we actually have a normal weight block that these guys are humping around, and it is heavy. Let's start there. Structural block?
Structural CMU, so you know these guys are out here laying as hard as they can, working. So this is stuff that's going to support a roof. It's going to be the exterior envelope of a building, right? Supporting that structure, and could be either veneered or it can just be single wide.
That's right. Now, thank you, Best Block, for bringing on all of these units in here. We couldn't do this event without you. We appreciate it so much. We've got a lot of different elements throughout the country, and different regions operate in different ways. Now, is every 8-inch CMU the same weight, or are there's different types?
So there's different types, right? So there's classifications based on the density, right? So these are a heavyweight block or a normal weight per ASTM C90. They're going to be about 35 pounds apiece, but you can go down to a lightweight block. These guys would get their block counts way up if that did. That saves about 7 pounds per unit, right? So they can really get them in the wall.
Now, the point of reducing the weight on that is not only for the back, it makes it a little more efficient. Can they get more units in a wall in a day?
Absolutely. Their block counts go up, you know, so probably 30 to 40% on some of that.
But again, that's a regional thing, depending on the raw aggregates that are available and the pumice and so on and so forth. Well, this has been an exciting event to watch. If I was able to compete and I got a handicap, I would require lightweight block for myself. Now, Tom, I don't know what kind of handicap you would need in this situation. Probably something like a forklift, maybe?
Okay,
Tom,
fine.
you got something?
Thanks a lot. Yeah, my handicap's about 10, and my handicaps are on the golf course, not here in the stall. Hey, I'm hanging out with that masonry girl, Ashton White, and Ashton, you're in the mix now. You're in the middle of everything. What's your sense of what's going on here?
There's a lot going on, so it's just awesome to be here and just see everything. We got some great masons, some great tenders, and it's just awesome.
You know, I got to talk to you about a post that I saw on that masonry girl, and I was trying to butter a brick, and you caught me at not one of my finer moments, but it was funny, so we appreciate it. So hashtagging that masonry girl, huh?
Yeah, at that masonry girl on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever.
All right.
Oh, TikTok.
TikTok too? Oh, man. All right, get out of here. I love it. Ashton White, that masonry girl. All right, some more music. We've got 6.5 minutes remaining to go. Let these guys finish up and see who's going to walk away with $8 grand. 5 minutes. That's it.
5
Let's
minutes.
go.
Let's go for these guys. Woo! Cheer your guy on. That's just tight. Vince Lombardi said that fatigue makes cowards of us all. There are no cowards here. They got 4. They're putting on their 5th course. This is amazing. Let's go, guys. Rock it out. 4 minutes.
And so is the block. I want you to look at this right here. We're in stall 406. Look at the look. Look at the intensity. Look at the focus. Look at the sweat coming down. This is what it's all about right here. When you are trying to do something like this, the tender is working in harmony. You can see the anguish on the face. This is a guy that wants to win, walk away as a champion. This is what it's all about right here. If you want to know what stamina, skill, and speed is, that's the look right there, Jim.
Jose Soto.
Unbelievable. Less than 3 minutes. Less than 3 minutes. Seconds, 90 seconds. You better get those blocks up. Time is running out. 1 minute, 60 seconds remaining. 1 minute, let's go. Come on, crowd. I do not hear the crowd today. Come on, let's root them on.
1 minute.
50 seconds. 40. You got 30 ticks left. That's it. 30 seconds. I still can't hear the crowd. "20 seconds. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm going to count it down. You can do it with me if you want. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Trowel's down.
Wow.
Trowel's down.
Wow!
That was some serious block laying. I tell you what, when you go down there on the floor and you see the looks in these guys' faces, it's just absolutely, it's punishing. It really is. And Sean and Jim, I know you have a Mason over there, and we were watching him a little earlier. 5-minute rest period, and then we're going to flip a coin to decide which side of the wall we're doing. Sean, who have you got?
I got to cut you short here. Jose, we're over here in the first stall. Returning champion, Jose Soto. Jose, I stopped you short, man. I know you wanted to get some water and stuff like that. You threw it all out there on the line. You were killing it. Your fan crew back here was amazing supporting you. Jim, did you see how he killed it?
He's playing hurt, too. That shoulder's hurting him, but he just bit it down, and he's going to go get it iced in a few minutes, but he had a hell of a job. What do you guys think? Something? Woo!
I got to ask you one question. There's still a coin flip. They're still judging on the walls. Do you think you got a chance?
Probably. Let's see. Probably, I'm not sure, but let's see.
All right.
Something like that, but hopefully something at least this year.
Yeah, you did a great job. Appreciate you talking with us here. Get some water. Get some ice on, some quick ice on that shoulder.
Playing hurt. Let's hear a big round for him. All of these guys. This is amazing.
I love it, guys. All right, we're going to throw it down to the mudslinger pit over there. Will Scott, Ryan Coyne are down there because they are making mud for the SPEC Mix Bricklayer 500. Boys, who you got over there?
I'll be honest with you, just thinking about that show down there and the amount of work those guys did, I only know a handful of people in this arena that worked nearly that hard today. We're standing with Mr. Eric Davis out of Louisville, Kentucky. Eric, I know the guys that we're seeing behind us, they've been here for how long? How long you been here?
I've been here all week.
So your body has got to be absolutely fried by this point. We're looking around, and honestly, I'm seeing a whole lot of clean T-shirts. Guys don't look nearly as bad as we thought they would. I mean, what's the secret out here?
We got to give a lot of credit to the PA 4000 that we're using over here. You know, with the chute, it goes straight down into the multi-quip mixer. You know, the hydraulic power on that just drops everything right in and keeps splashing to a minimum.
Well, Eric, you just mentioned about the multi-quip mixers here. We got a Pro 12 and a Pro 20 mixing that SPEC Mix beautiful masonry mortar for our competition. How are those mixers doing?
They're fantastic. We haven't had an issue out of anything back here. We're just trying to get the arena set up and have these guys some mud for the show.
Well, I gotta say one thing. I remember 12 years ago, I was back here, and boy, I wish I had those units and that style of mixer. That was a lot of fun back then. So thank you so much for everything you've done out here and supplying our masons and tenders. So keep up the great work. Make sure you get us mud. Don't run us out now.
Thanks so much, Ryan.
Back to you guys.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Those guys work really, really hard. I'm here with Paul Lwdin. He's the outgoing chairman, Larry Bacala. He's going to be going in really soon. And, you know, we still have a couple of minutes left of rest right there. And so before we actually flip the coin officially, Paul, enjoyed your time as chairman? Are you ready to go out, or would you like to take Larry and, take him out in the desert, or what?
It's a bittersweet thing, It's an 8-year term that you serve on this board, and you go through a lot of ups and downs and so forth. But it's been a great ride. Looking forward to having a little bit more freedom with everything. But I also want to thank SPEC Mix and Quikrete. The support that you guys do for our industry and what we sit here today and have after all these years is tremendous and great. And we can't say thank you enough for it.
Well, thank you, Paul. We'll shine that quarter up. We're going to flip it in just a second. Jim, any last comments? We only have a couple minutes of rest left.
Well, I'd like everybody that's a Mason to go over to the Mason Contractors tent over there. This is what gets us workforce development, and they're pushing workforce development to get more of our guys to lay block like this, and let's thank them. And if you're not in this organization, you should be, and we'd love to have you. So.
Okay, just another minute before we get under. I want to talk about the car that you guys got over there, Masonry Strong. That's a pretty cool car that you guys have that are running around out there.
No, it is. It's rallycross racing. It's a different type of racing that we've got involved in. Larry's involved in on a personal side also. I went to 2 races this year, went out to Phoenix, went down to Florida. You want to talk about some crazy-ass people driving cars. These guys are nuts. They jump. They go through gravel. They go through dirt. They go on pavement. You name it, and it's fast.
So what you're saying is it's like driving to work in the morning?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. That's pretty much what we go through. All right. We are going to officially flip the coin. Now, heads is going to be the Mason side, and then tails will be the opposite side of the wall. So we have a quarter here, and camera, if you would do me a favor, we're gonna flip it. I'm gonna ask them to come in close on a tight. All right, go ahead, flip that, Paul. What do we have? It is?
Tails.
Tails, so it's gonna be the opposite side that you worked on. Opposite side that you worked on. So it's not on the mason side, it is gonna be on the opposite side. And that's the wall that you're gonna have to tool and you're gonna have to clean up. And they're gonna get 5 minutes to do that. Paul, thank you. Thank you for your time, and it's been great to see you every year out here.
Thank you, Tom, very much.
All right, here we go. Let's take care of the walls in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's clean those walls. Let's go. What's going down there? They got about 4 minutes left to clean and tool the walls.
Well, I know you don't hear the crowd just roaring anymore, but you might think they're on a break. They are far from on a break. Right now, they are tooling their walls, and they have very specific criteria for the MCAA fastest trowel event. They're allowed to use a sled, bed runner, or a striking iron to tool their wall. One of the differences, again, from the SPEC Mix Bricklayer 500 is they are not allowed to use a brush. No cleaning sponges of any sort. They're very limited on what they can use, and what they're trying to achieve is fill in any voids possible. They're allotted a certain number. At a certain point, it becomes deductions. So this is another critical area. If they don't fill in all those voids, make those blocks look attractive, then they're gonna be getting deductions and they might be out of the running. These are important things to win the event. And we're gonna watch this here for a few more minutes. They've got a total of 5 to get it done, and it looks like we have about 3 minutes to go. Tom, 3 minutes to go. We're gonna find out who's gonna be standing on top.
Yeah, $8,000, $2,500 per second, $1,500 per third, and we're just about to get ready to put some mortar on the boards for the SPEC Mix Bricklayer 500. Not quite yet. The mudslingers are still working hard because we're gonna have a special 20th anniversary video that we're gonna show the crowd, and you know, 20 years coming here to Vegas, it's absolutely amazing. And just to witness the way that this event has grown and how everybody has supported it and how the sponsors have been so wonderful has been amazing. So with only about 2.5 minutes left to go, I just want to thank all of our sponsors all the way around. You know, you're out here 5, 6 deep around the railing. Please visit all the sponsors because they are just absolutely incredible. The demo day was yesterday where they all showcased a lot of their products, demonstrations, and you know, that's really what it's all about. You can't pull off something like this unless you have a lot of people in your corner. So thank you once again. The magazines are available. All the sponsors are in there. But you could look up on the Hydromobile and you can see all the folks that have been with us over the years. Marshalltown kicked it off 20 years ago. They were the very first sponsor. And, you know, it's been growing ever since. So we got a little less than 2 minutes. There he is, Sean. And we're going to have a couple of special guests up here at the game day desk as well to talk about 20 years of the SPEC Mix Bricklayer 500. Cameras back on them, tooling the wall. Just about a minute and a half to go. We're going to be good. Less than a minute to clean and tool. Less than a minute. Make those walls look nice. 30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All tools down. That's it. No more. Let's give everybody a hand.
All right.
Sean, Jim, you're down there. How do the walls look, boys?
Hey, like we said, they're so tall you can't even see us, so we're gonna have to stand out here in the middle of the aisle. Jim, that was some pretty amazing stuff. They sling those things around like they're weightless.
Unbelievable. I thought that maybe they were going to look for the guy and say, why didn't you bring lightweights? But they didn't. They handled them like lightweights.
No, they did a great job. There's a couple of walls that really stand out. Now, the judges are going to get in there, and they're going to start doing their thing. These guys have just put in a great 20 minutes. They got to be exhausted. I saw one team, he almost quite literally did a mic drop. So let's go out, check out some of these walls here, see if we can't catch one of the guys and find out who can be labeled the MCAA fastest trowel champion.
Wow. 407, 408, 412, every one of them. And it's going to come down to how well it was done as well. So you may be penalized. It doesn't even mean just the fastest, but it's got to be a quality wall. But to the naked eye right now, not being a judge, there's a bunch of good ones.
And it's not just one thing. It's not just how many units they put in the wall. There's different criteria that carries weight, how clean it is, the plumb, true story, number of different elements that they all had to take into consideration. Judges are going to start to check that right now.
But if none of them if you don't have a job, raise your hand, because I know you get hired in 8 seconds.
Did you get an opportunity to watch that fastest trowel?
I did, as a matter of fact. And, you know, we showed a close-up on stall 405. Jose, I believe it was Jose Soto, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was right. Somebody's screaming, so I got that right, yeah. Just the look on his face was amazing.
I got to interview him at the very end, and he looked a little nervous. He had a lot of units up on the wall, but we don't know what happened with that judging part of it. We're going to find out right now, aren't we?
Okay, we are. Can I borrow your mic for a second? Good, I want to give it to Maroney. Maroney, I'm going to leave it up to you because you're the guy that's going to take care of this. We're going to start at third place, and you can read the cash prizes and what they're going to get, and then you can read the winner as far as what it is, okay?
Got it. All right. Starting with third place, we have a $1,500 cash prize, Marshalltown large tool bag containing a brick trowel, margin trowel, tape measure, beaver tail brush, joiner and tuck pointer, a bond tool brick hammer, brick trowel, mason line pin bottle opener, and some mini bricks.
You want me to translate that for you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to read it in Spanish. I thought you were going to help me out there.
¿En Spanish?
No, I want you to read it in Spanish. So, yeah.
En el tercer lugar, el premio es de $1,500 y una bolsa de herramienta con una cuchara, una cinta para medir, un rallador, un cepillo y un martillo, cuchara, línea y unos ladrillos chicos.
I like that. That's good enough. In third place with $1,500, let's hear it, with a total of 79 points, Lwdin, Sandoval, and Edgar Nieto. Congratulations, guys. Nice job. Nice job. Congratulations. Come on in. Guys, come on in. We got to get our MCAA group in here. Yeah. In second place, $2,500 cash prize, the Marshalltown large tool bag with the brick trowel, margin trowel, tape and measure, the beaver tail brush, jointer, and tuck pointer. 79 total points. You can announce the winner. I'll let you You go ahead, Moroni.
All right, in second place, we got Gerardo Patlan and Luis Costilla.
Congratulations. Nice job, guys. We got a nice big check coming for you guys. Get the official large check, which always looks nice. All right, our first place for the fastest trowel on the block is going to be $8,000. The Marshalltown large tool bag containing a brick trowel, margin trowel, tape measure, beaver tail brush, jointer, and tuck pointer. The Marshalltown ceremonial trowel trophy. The Kodiak pair of boots and blanket. Also, the hat and the socks. You're also going to get the Bond Tool, brick hammer, brick trowel, mason line pin bottle opener, and mini bricks as well. And there was only 1 point difference. Now, you saw it over there when you won years ago. Oh, not too long ago. When was it again?
A lifetime ago.
Lifetime ago?
Yeah.
So, you going to get back into it, maybe?
I was challenged by a couple of guys out there. Maybe we'll give it another run.
I think you should do that. All right, picking up $8,000 for today's fastest trowel on the block. Moroni, I'll give you the honors.
In first place, Roberto Cimental and Mark Diaz, style 405.
Let's give them a nice hand. Nice job.